Akasan's honest reaction, setting up for another request section, so to speak. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Jordan M. writes. He says, how do you feel that Scarlett Johansson is cast as the main role in Ghost in the Shell anime to movie adaptation? You serious? It's gonna be one of those nights. I gotta bring my friends out. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that don't know, I had to confirm it myself. Scarlett Johansson signs on to star in the DreamWorks Ghost in the Shell. You guys probably, if you're already tuning in to the, you already know why you're here. You want to know what my honest reaction to this is. From Variety, following the success of Lucy, Scarlett Johansson looks ready to take on another action pick. This one coming from the world of Japanese anime. Johansson has started set in DreamWorks adaptation of popular anime pick Ghost in the Shell. Alright. Anything in detail? Okay. She was still undecided on the role. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 da. Okay. You serious? As my favorite man, J.J. Jonah Jameson would say. Oh, my God. Alright. Let me be reasonable about this, because I remember when this was just a rumor, and I want to come to you in a sensible way, okay? We don't have the full reaction studio set up, you know. I don't have my little cardboard box like a homeless man. Look, I already had time to think about this when the rumor was happening, and what it basically meant. Why they would even be considering Johansson, like, you know, not for nothing. Look, this isn't discrediting Johansson, and you know what? Let me even back up, because some of you guys, you know, I just realized some of you guys may not even know what Ghost in the Shell is. But if you run into any anime fan, like hardcore anime fan, back in the day, when anime hit its peak, so to speak, when it was the boom, there were three animes that were basically the Bible, the pinnacle of animes you had to have seen. Forget Naruto, forget One Piece, forget all this other shit that's out there right now. There was a time when when features were actually looked damn good. Okay, let's keep that in mind. All right, when anime, or Japanimation as we actually called it back in the day, you would be coming over your friend's house and be like, oh my god, I gotta show you this shit. I just got this fucking bootleg VHS tape. And you would just pop it in. For those of you that don't know what a VHS is, look it up, please. Anyway, it's a videotape. You pop that shit into your video. Man, Ghost in the Shell. So, there are three animes, okay? Ninja Scroll, the original, Akira, and at the end, Ghost in the Shell, okay? And if you meet any old school anime fan, they had seen, if not all of them, at least Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell, Ninja Scroll is what, you know, what people would feel about old school Japan and ninjas and all that shit. Akira gave this dark world kind of feeling, but apocalyptic sort of thing, and you know, before, I won't say before the Dragon Ball, but really it kind of showed how art could be transformed in a very dark apocalyptic way. Now, Ghost in the Shell, though, what Ghost in the Shell did for people was it just showed like this very before the Matrix, okay, before any of these kind of sci-fi movies you see today. Ghost in the Shell was that story that really pushed the technology of animation and the merger of animation and CG works. I mean, Ghost in the Shell was even before Pixar, ladies and gentlemen. It really pushed this how you could really mess with CGI and art and the Masume Shiro, who's the creator. His manga, if you ever Google that dude's name, his artwork is phenomenal, and this anime adaptation of his work was even crazier. He was a weapons expertise. This dude was like would research he would research guns because guns are illegal here in Japan. But he would have stacks. He would have a subscription to guns and ammo because he wanted to be so precise about how to use guns. And I mean, seriously, try if you guys get a chance. It's lengthy. I'm not gonna lie, it's lengthy. And I remember back when I was in the industry of anime, um, Shiro would talk about the fact like when some of his copy editors or whatever would call him about certain questions about blah blah blah, and they were wanted to know what he meant by this, he'd be like, "Damn, I wrote that. That's pretty good. I'm pretty out there." But he's very out there. But anyways, very popular. Ghost in the Shell was amazing, just in all things. But here's the thing. Is the fact that the star of Ghost in the Shell, if I remember correctly, it's been a long time, we're talking over 20 years I think, was Major Kusanagi. It was a Japanese robot, so to speak, or an Asian woman, okay? And see, I'm mixed about this because I don't remember the story completely, but if I vaguely remembered, Major Kusanagi was a cyborg, if not a full-fledged robot. But there was something very special about her. And it's hard because I understand the reaction that a lot of anime fans are having over this kind of whitewashed, once again, being a whitewashed cast and such, especially after suffering through Avatar, not necessarily anime, but it's a kind of anime. Avatar, all whitewashed casts. Dragon Ball Evolution, whitewashed cast. There's a lot of them that have come out actually and been adapted out here that have just been not just whitewashed, but just done terribly. Street Fighter, the Chun-Li story. That one, I think she was half Asian or something like that, but that was just a bad story in general. So I understand, and then if most recently Exodus, okay, Christian Bale, and the entire cast pretty much whitewashed, and look how bad Exodus did. At the theaters and such. It was pretty much a bomb. As far as I know, it was like 22% Rotten Tomatoes and such. And, so for a lot of purists, anime purists, this is Exodus for them, so to speak. And, even Kite, an anime adaptation, that was adapted, and Samuel L. Jackson, I think, is in that movie. I never actually saw it because I just had no interest in it. It didn't look anything close to the original source material. So I know where Japanese anime enthusiast fans are coming from with the fact that if you're going to take the name Ghost in the Shell and you're gonna take the story, at least keep as much as the source material as possible. And who knows, they may just do that, but here's the problem. It's very difficult. Race relations and such. A lot of fans really want an an Asian woman to portray Major Kusanagi. You know, for example, they changed. The Grudge actually was pretty good. That was an adaptation of Juong, but they changed instead of Sadako, they called her Samira instead. And it's just there's a lot of examples I can go on and on, but I understand where anime fans are coming from, but here's what's Homegirl's name from Pacific Rim, because I think that's the biggest defense that everybody is saying. That there's no Asian women, no, there aren't any Asian actors in Hollywood that could play Major Kusanagi. And a good example, a lot of people were saying, was what about Rinko Kikuchi? Rinko Kikuchi, okay? She's actually not very accepted in Japan in terms of actress. I was reading an article about that, about she's actually her best chance for a Hollywood success, best chance for popularity and fame is only in America, because they don't really accept her in Japan for whatever reason. I don't know. That's a whole nother story. But okay, Rinko Kikuchi. Rinko Kikuchi was in Pacific Rim, some other movies, blah blah blah. Is actually Japanese, so that's good. And it's not even like, because sometimes they have Asian women, they have Koreans playing Japanese, like Memoirs of a Geisha, and nobody cares, because that's Hollywood. But okay, Rinko Kikuchi Rinko Kikuchi could have starred in this role. Yes, she could have been the main person. Yes, but any studio executive will tell you Rinko Kikuchi is not going to pull in the budget that's needed to make a faithful, I'll say faithful and exciting, and a very Hollywood Ghost in a Shell style movie. That's just kind of the reality of it. Is like, I was gonna say Sarah Jessica Parker, but no. Scarjo is Scarlett Johansson. She's a name. Everybody knows her, and she is coming up strong ever since. Well, even before Avengers, but after Avengers, and just doing the role of Black Widow, she's become an action superhero, an action star. I mean, not a lot of women can actually say that. Angelina Jolie. See, I'm drawing blanks here. In terms of just being an action, like being a kick-ass woman that can kind of hold her own, hold a movie. And Lucy was an example of that, which is a movie I haven't seen yet, but I'm interested. And you know what? To be honest, I watched Her the other day. And that movie, I was actually going to do a video about that, about how good that movie was in terms of the way it affected me as someone who uses technology and a voice assistant and everything like that. And I thought I'd start Scarlett Johansson. I don't like her voice, actually. So I thought it was kind of annoying, especially when she was singing. But I thought she handled that role very well, okay? And I like, there's a part of me that really, really likes Scarjo for certain reasons. And, I think she's a very good actor. But the main point I'm saying is the fact that she is a name. She will bring people to the movies, to the theaters, get seats to asses, asses into seats. And Rinko Kikuchi cannot. She won't. If she could, then Pacific Rim wouldn't have been struggling to get a sequel. Basically, she's just not that kind of name. And unfortunately, just like Exodus, people want to hate on Ripley Scott and whatever about that, but he was damn honest about the fact that he was like, look, I could have had an all-black cast, I guess, but I wouldn't have gotten, I would have gotten that all-black money, in terms of all-black cast money, budgeting, BET style budgets, so, a Tyler Perry type of budget, so, I mean, And you know, you want. I know some of you are thinking, and you want to say, "Well, that's a sad. You know, that's just a sad state of affairs, and that just shows how sad society really is." Well, no, that just shows the reality. It doesn't have to be sad, good, or bad. Um, you know, really, what has to happen is just like, and it's because I'm fresh off of the Exodus situation, is you just got to go out there and support your black actors, or you got to go out there and support the Asian actors, just Asian movies in general. You know, like Ken Watanabe is one of the only people that I think is kind of a draw. You know, some of the movies he's been in are pretty bad though, and I'm not his acting. Sometimes I kind of feel like he got lucky off of the what was it, the One Samurai or the Last Samurai, and because I always feel like there's always that one movie that does really well during Oscar time or in the academies. Everybody looks at it and it's always a white actor, basically the white actor carrying all these other actors, minority actors, but then that minority actor that co-starred with them or was a supporting actor gets famous and introduced into Hollywood. For example, Jerry Maguire, Cuba Gooding Jr., The Last Samurai, Ken Watanabe, The Green Mile. It was a big ass black dude, Milk Duck. He passed away recently, but damn. Take my hand, boy. Okay, and then Leonardo DiCaprio with Blood Diamond, right? There was that one African dude, and he got a lot of roles after that. The movie with Sandra Bullock was something about the football player. I don't know if he got a lot of roles after that, but you know there are exceptions like Precious, but it's always like these sad ass movies are like you're always kind of taking pity on the minority character or whatever. So I don't. It's very hard. Like I don't know. I really don't have a lot of advice or recommendations about this, like how to support Asian actors and how to support minority actors. Because if you just continue to see the low budget movies, they keep on making low budget movies, right? So but man, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I really don't. I don't have a simple solution for that one in terms of like how to boost people in that role in terms of like playing something like that. But sorry, I wish I had more. If you have any recommendations on how to really support more Asian actors, you know, because studios will not take a chance. Hell no. Hell no. One, adapt something from a, like, for example, All You Need Is Kill. That was actually a Japanese manga. I don't know, I've never read it or anything, but, you know, Tom Cruise starred in that movie. But, hell no, DreamWorks ain't gonna adapt a Japanese anime script or whatever and make it an all Asian cast or even partially Asian or whatever, take that kind of risk going out there and watch it flop. Like, you know. So I don't know how to really say, because yeah, that's basically it, guys. If you made a movie out there, if Ghost in a Shell could sell on its own, then they wouldn't have to cast Scarlett Johansson. That's the main point I want to make here. If Ghost in a Shell, the story itself, could just sell on its own, then they don't need a title. I mean, look at how many movies out there. Don't even think about Japanese anime movies. Just talk about just screenplays in general. Would not see the day of light until they have a huge star attached to it. That's really the fact of the matter. I mean, that's really it. And then you have superstars that are so good that can get any screenplay kind of developed for them, so to speak, like Hancock. You know, Will Smith. I went to go see that movie because of Will Smith. But if it was a white actor, or any sort of actor, anybody other than Will Smith, I probably would not have seen that movie. Okay? that's kind of it. There's a reverse to everything, guys. That's how it works. So, I don't know, guys. I mean, that, I hope the movie does well. Actually, um, I really do, and I hope that DreamWorks, because I've been when I was more in the industry, I had meetings with DreamWorks all the time, and I know that they're actually very sensitive about these sort of things. Okay, I don't know, like DreamWorks Animation at least, and they actually brought Millennium Actress, which is a great Satoshi Kon story, one of the best animes out there. Um, they brought it out here, and I remember having meetings with them about Millennium Actress, and they were very serious and careful about staying true and just how to reach out to people and whatever, what have you not. So, this is one of the reasons, I think this is also one of the reasons why Ninja Scroll, when I was in the industry, Ninja Scroll was licensed. This is almost like 20 years ago or so. Ninja Scroll, was it DreamWorks? It was somebody. No. People that used to do Mortal Kombat. They still might have the license, but they ran into many problems about having Ninja Scroll being developed. And even though they had all the ready story and everything, Threshold Entertainment, that's what the name of the company was. I just remember, like, these are some of the problems that you run into, is just casting, and you got to get a role. And let's not forget, not so too long ago, Akira was also adapted by Leonardo. Leonardo DiCaprio was going to try and put this movie out. So same deal. If Leonardo DiCaprio starred in that movie, would you still watch it? You may not want to, but a lot of other people are going to flood the movie to go see. Look at that damn Moriarty, Johnny Depp. Okay, man, ain't nobody want to see a movie about Moriarty or whoever. I don't even know. I don't even know if it's a Sherlock dude or whoever. But it's Johnny Depp, so people are gonna go watch that movie. So, yeah, man, Scarjo has some nice big ass titties. So. All right, guys. That's all I can really say about it. I wish I could be more supportive or give you guys some advice or whatever, but that's my opinion about it. I will wait till it gets put out. Could be worse. Could be Ben Affleck playing Batman. Never gonna let that go. Now, until the Batman versus Superman trailer comes out, I shall keep my reactions honest. Time to look at some of those Scarjo fappening photos. I got a ghost in the shell right now.